Okay, Nightfall in Soweto is a poem written by Oswald. This poem creates a picture of night in South Africa during the colonialism. You can see how he was able to compare the night. The night become a period characterized by insecurity, fear, and violence. It is ironically that the night we're supposed to bring peace, joy, happiness, resting period for the people, but this night creates fear in the minds of people of Soweto. And because this poem addressed the issues of South Africa, the insecurity issue of South Africa, the apartheid regime in South Africa, they also talk about what color segregation in South Africa and cultural segregation in South Africa. The natural role of night is to bring rest upon man after several work of daily activities in that, but rather this night was now replaced to the poet. He compares the nightfall to the dread disease, because that was what the poet himself was trying to explain, that this disease, the poet said that it's through the pulse of unhealthy body to revenge. It's beyond repair. That this is being to the body's mind is beyond repair. It's beyond what human being can even solve. And that was what I was trying to explain in the word Nightfall in Soweto. The poem said that peaceful setting of this place forcefully invaded by the night as affected in the dreadful, because this night did not bring anything joy to the people. Instead of that, it bring calamity. Now you can see nightfall is personified here as giving role of human capable of destroying and revenging the town. That's what nightfall. The nightfall there, that nightfall is signified the human role of war capable of destroying and revenging the town. The nightfall become the marks of what criminal activities when different human crime can be committed. The way different human, because you can see in the night, some people use night for different things. Some people use night to stress, but some people use the night where there are activities like crime, stealing, a lot of things take place in the night. And that was what the poem personnel was trying to work about. Now when different criminals are committed, a lot of things are being done in the night, and that was what the poet personnel, the image of murder with dagger on his hand is created. You can see that the image of what murder with dagger, you can see when you see what standard, you can see this murder strike down the helpless victim, a victim who is unable to fight back, in the face of danger. In the face of danger, the poor person said that he is the victim of the barbaric that took place in the night, because this night people have been killing, do a lot of things, dragging away from hopeless situation. That was trying to address the barbaric that is perpetrating the house in war at night. The fear of this helpless make people to hide themselves, make him to hide himself. You can see the accent that the man ceased to be a man. Also that the man ceased to be a man. Now the man becomes the beast and another. Now you can see the spread disunity is now reign among human. That disunity now reign among human. The unity which existed has ceased, and man now kill his fellow man. You can see what they are trying that the man now have now been killing his fellow man. The man ceases to be a man. The man become the beast. The man also have the interest of a fellow man in mind, but this man decide not to have interest in his fellow man again, a man, but the man rather that become the beast. You can see that how he was trying to now kill his fellow. The poor person is a representation of one. The poor person is a representation of all South Africa. Take note of that. The poor person in this poem is a representation of what all South Africa, who are the spread, while the white colonialists are the beasts. Do you understand? They use the beast to qualify white. They use the beast in the poem to qualify. Prior to that, add to that the beast. Those are if you see the beast in the poem, the beast in that poem, class 1 what signify the wife. The poor person has no place of refuge, nor the place of his head, has no place of refuge or the place of his head. After the heavy work during the day, the black are seen night as the people whereby they can come to relieve rest of their body, but this night that provide them the cover to move about one place during the rest of other. But this night have become the place whereby their lives are being killed. The law agencies paraded Barbarica himself, not even enough to protect the night, but these law agents have now been the one that were killing them, who's supposed to protect them, but this law agency are now be the one forcing them do a lot of things. You can see the peace invaded by, you can see now, this is what the things that happen in the night. You can, those are activities that took place in the night, so that towards the night was trying to explain. You can see how the agency now back like dog testing for blood. You can see how the testing for, you can see in the last stanza of this poem, they directly address the night, calling it mortal enemy. Night are now addressing as well mortal enemy. That mortal enemy, people are never even regret of the night being. You can see the creation of the night is being what questioned. People now question the night. Why do you ever been created? What is the essence of the night? Instead of it to be bringing joy, instead of it to where we're supposed to bring, we are not losing our home. We are not being killed. People regret night. People were not questioning the night. People were not seeing night as enemy. People want to be purpose now, which life can never be what in the daytime. They can see the purpose now, which is that life can forever be in the daytime. People will now say no need for the night again. They prefer to daytime throughout, because they can say, but night, you can see in all the poem address the victim experience at night in South Africa, just as the color of the night, just as the color of the night. Black is associated with what? Evil. Not everything done with black is associated with evil. You can see evil things are done in the night. Evil things are done in the night. And the end of apartheid regime in South Africa, you can see the end of relating to having the highest violent crime in the whole world. This is associated of what? Characterized by what? Inhumanity to man. This characterized by inhumanity to man. Just as what exemplify, you can see that there's implied by the beast attack of the spread. You can see those are what the person was trying to talking about. The way he was trying to address himself, the way he was trying to talk about himself, the way he was trying to prove himself, the way he was trying to talk about himself. You can see it, but people also, you can see how the poet then saying that the way the poet was trying to talk about, the way he was trying to explain himself. You can see the thing about the poem, the way he was trying to prove. You can see that the poet, the poem, you can see how the poem center, as I explained to you guys, the poem centers on the horrible experience of black South Africa, the horrible experience of black South Africa who live in Soweto. Do you understand the horrible experience of what? Of blacks South Africa who live in Soweto. You can see Soweto is come from the South Africa West Town. South African West Town. It's suburb, you can see it's found in what? Johannesburg. At the time the poem was written, Soweto is named synonymous with what? Oppression. This Soweto is named with synonymous to what? Oppression, deprivation, ghetto, violence, terrorism. Do you guys understand? And I say Soweto is what? Synonymous to what? Remember what? The Soweto is synonymous to what? Oppression, deprivation, ghetto, violence, terrorism, stealing, killing, and so on and so forth. The black community in Soweto was actively engaged in domestic, economic, and social. White community in Johannesburg going back to South Africa. You can see Troy was trying to talk about a lot of things in the poem. You can see the poem is narrated the horrible act that is perpetrating in South Africa, the horrible act that is perpetrating under the cover of night, the horrible act that is perpetrating under the cover of war of the night. You can see the trauma, the activity the black South Africa go through before the daytime. For this reason, the poor outdoor harbor the nightfall and prefer it were daytime 24 hours. Then there shall be nothing like night. It preferred this night. It could have been what? 24 hours daytime. That was what the nightfall of Soweto. You can see the nightfall in Soweto is trying to work with the horrible experience which South Africa facing, the kind of things South Africa people facing the black South Africa people facing. Those are what the poem was trying to all about. People believe that Oswald was written the poem to talk about his life experience, because you can remember that when Oswald finished from secondary school, he was unable to gain admission because of what? Because of what? Discrimination that was happening, and apartheid in South Africa at that point in time. He was unable to give what? Go enter in university in as a standard A. You can also actually remember when this poem was written, this poem was being published, and this poem was also being banned in South Africa. So that when people were trying to question, maybe also was written about what his life experience. I can say that that's what the poem was. Now let's look at the themes, some themes in the poem. Let's look at some themes in the poem. What was this talk about? Those are the things we are going to look at. Some of the themes in the poem. You can see that those are what we some of the themes. You can see the identifiable themes in the poem, which include terrorization, hopelessness, area that accompany at night. This now what pathetically articulated by the poem in order to expose the area of physical mental torture that black South Africa was subjected to at the fall of night. He also associated night with dread, disease, death. You can do that. Death, disease, a lot of things that happen. The poet who is the representative of the word black South Africa, the poet represents black South Africa. He sees himself as a spread of victim of all the casualty perpetrated by the night. Those are what we are trying to talk about. Those are the things. Now we are those are the themes of the poem. Let's look at the forms and the structure of the poem. Forms and the structure of the poem. The poem which has 36 lines. The poem has 36 lines and is divided into 8 stanzas. The poem has 36 lines and is divided to what? 8 stanzas. It has no rhyme. But some rhymes. The rhyming movement is more necessitated by effectiveness of what? Punctuation and punctuation marks. The rhyming is necessitated for what? Punctuation mark, and the use of structural repetition of devices. Structural repetition of what? Devices. Structural devices of what? Parallelism. That is the word you are trying to learn. The lines are very short and diction understandable. The lines are very short and diction understandable. The first stanza is run. The first stanza is run on. While the second stanza and the first stanza are also what? Run on. In this phase, it shows how the poet almost lost his emotion. Run away with him. Quite appropriately, that the poet shows his utter disgust for his mortal enemy. Night in the last 3 lines of the poem, which are what? Historical question. People question night. That was historical when people question the activity of one. People, why do a night ever be done? Why did they ever create night? That's what. Let's look at the word language and the technique. The language and the technique. Those I think we are going to look at. The language of a poem is simple but emotional. The language of the poem is simple but emotional. The lexical choice as well as the use of imagery. The lexical choice as well as use of imagery as what assists the great deal in what? In the cinematic portray the use of the poet. That is portrayed by explain of a victim in the night. The word revenging, murdering, then dagger, slaughter, beat, rabbi, dog, and suggest that what violent and all those violent among the figurative language that is violent as what we find. Now let's look at the word, the figurative language used in the poem. You can see simile. We can see simile used in line 1, in line 2, and in line 1. 38. Simile is used in line 1, line 2, and what? Line 38. That's why we can see metaphor. Metaphor is used in line 11, line 16, line 17, line 18, line 23, and line 36. We can see alliteration. Alliteration is used in line 2 and line 17. Personification is used in line 13 and line 22. Personification is used in line 13 and line apostrophe is used in line 32. Apostrophe is used in line 32, 33, and 34. Now, rhetorical question is used in line 1, line 24, 25, 34, 35, and 36. Those are what? Repetition is used. Repetition is used in line 11, line 13, line 19, and line 20. Repetition is used in what? Let's say forget. Repetition is even used. Let me start from line 10. Line 10. You can see it's I am. If you check the poem, I am is repeated after its first occurrence in line 10. I am is repeated after its first occurrence in line 10. Line 10. 4 other times in line 11, line 13, line 19, and line 20. Those are what we can see. Structural repetition. Repetition. You can see I am victim, I am spare, and also line 17 and line 18. You can see onomatopoeia is using in line 28. Onomatopoeia is using in line 28. Let's look at the use of imagery. In the uses of imagery, the poem use the imagery of what? Endemic disease which regular attack and kill its patient in the first stanza. Which regular attack and kill its patient in the first stanza. The image of death used is the rest of the poem, while portraying the slaughtering the hands of a murderer and spreading hunters and by murdering beasts, and leads to the loss of the cases of death. It also enforced by images of rabid dog, thirst for the human blood. Indeed, the language of a poem is simple. The language of the poem is simple. The language of the poem is simple. The language of a poem is simple, and the diction is clearly portrayed at the atmosphere of war, insecurity, terrorism. That you can see Oswald poetically present the imply the ironical which the night bring restlessness instead of what? Rest. The night bring restlessness and instead of what? Rest. And the state agent who is supposed to what? Maintain insecurity and life and property. And these maintaining agents are what? Are now working against what? The interest of the masses. Those are what the poem was trying to explain. Please, if you are doing JUPEB student, if you are doing any exam, please subscribe to the channel, because whenever we are sending our video for you, you always automatically get a video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. Thank you so much.